Merhaba arkadaşlar, The Witcher 3 Python serimize devam ediyoruz. Bölüm'ün ikinci bölümündeyiz. Nereye gidecektik? En son Han'a gidecektik.
A night in the service of Her Illustrious Highness knows no rest. In fact, I'd feared I would return too late to fulfill my duty. Yet it seems I've arrived in the nick of time.
Ne dedi ya? Okuyamadım orayı koşarken. Neyse, çok önemli değildir herhalde. Ya az koş gözünü seveyim, bu nedir ya?
Such good fortune you found. Once you have finished examining the corpse, be sure to report to Anna Henrietta.
Anna Henrietta?
Her Grace, the Duchess. I forget myself at times. We address each other by our first names in private, never in Pomerin's presence. He finds such familiarity offensive. A watering hole for traders, smugglers, boatmen. But you will find no better crayfish chowder in all Toussaint. No lads brave enough.
Of course we have.
No why?
Bravery.
Druids wrote the Duchess complaining it's time.
Geldik herhalde. Zaten bununla gelmesi mucizeydi yani. Yarım saatte koşamadı ya. Ben koşuyorum, o gene normalde böyle. Tabi arıza var üzerinde, tamam ama yani.
By my troth, could that be the musty scent of fresh pâté?
Naught else, Sir de Peyrac-Peyran. I see time has not dulled your senses.
We would be honored if you would join us. Your companion as well.
But why do I not detect even a whiff of crayfish chowder?
No soup today, on account of there being no crayfish. I reckon you've not heard, but all I caught was a corpse. I awoke at the crack of dawn, as I do each day, but when I looked up, I beheld a blood-red sky.
This corpse is precisely why we're here. For the man whom you've invited to join you at the table was summoned from a far-off land by her gracious magnificence. He is tasked with tracking and killing the beast.
We invited two men to join us, yet since Sir de Peyrac-Peyran in temperament is more akin to hare than hound, I surmise the other is the hunter. With whom do we have the pleasure?
Beni tanımıyor musun sen ya?
Name's Geralt.
A humble introduction. You've clearly not tarried long with Sir de Peyrac-Peyran.
Spare us the petty insults. Geralt is a master of the witchering trade. He has questions concerning the beast's last victim.
I was the one to find the corpse. The sun had just risen when I awoke, sat straight up in my bed, looked out the window, and beheld a sky red as blood.
Ask Geralt, please, or we shall be here till winter.
Evet ya, soralım.
Must have been early in the morning. Went to check your nets and then...
I stepped out of my hut and saw...
By my troth, to the point, man. You found a body and stared
Dur,
in
bir şey
your
sorduk
crayfish
işte.
nest. We know this already.
Anlatsın
What
adam.
happened
Neyin
then?
arkasındasın?
Did you see anyone nearby? Did you spy anything noteworthy? Anything at all?
Not a soul around, just me. As for noteworthy... well...
What did you see? But be warned, if I hear the sky was red again...
I saw a head bobbing, eyes bulging, the tongue blue and popped out. Next to it, a hand rocking upon the water.
Get a good look at the body parts?
They gave me such a fright. I bolted to town fast as my legs would take me, then returned with guardsmen who told me to keep out of their way. They had a hard haul. The parts were so tangled up in my nets, they were forced to cut them.
Need to examine the body. Know where they took it?
They ferried it across, then loaded it on a cart and hauled it to a cellar at Corvo Bianco to keep it cool, see?
What? Why, Corvo Bianco is Baron
Kimdi?
Rassel's estate. When he learns they've turned his cellar into a morgue, he'll set his hounds on them.
While you were gallivanting about the north, his
Tanıdık
vineyard
geldi.
was auctioned off.
Who was that? Woman who just left. Didn't see her before. Didn't notice her walk in either.
Doubtless Linnis, the innkeep's daughter. But hold, Geralt, because this is an outrage.
Çok ilginç ya.
Roselle's vineyard
Zaten
was
oyundaki
auctioned
karakterler
off.
birbirine benziyor biraz.
Inconceivable.
Ondan.
It is no secret the Baron had gambling debts up to his ears. It finally
Bana
came
öyle
time to
geldi.
collect. His creditors auctioned off his property. The Ducal Chancellery bought it, in fact. Roselle now bunks with his brother in Vicar Faro.
I told Roselle he'd get his comeuppance. How long can one draw on past heroics? His creditors must finally have to find that his promises meant nothing.
Such are the times. Today's knights are pale shadows of the heroes of yore.
It's true what they say. God sent the beast to punish us for straying from the old paths.
İnsanlar zaten her zaman öyle şeyler söyler de. Biz konuya gidelim.
Thanks for the hospitality. Time I examined the corpse.
Corvo Bianco lies a short way from here, near the tourney grounds. Just follow the road and you'll arrive.
Not coming with? Oh yeah, duty of some sort calls.
Some sort. Her Grace bestowed a great honor on me, even before we departed for Velen. I'm to play the hare during this year's game in the
Çok
palace
önemli bir
gardens.
görevim varmış.
When you see me in my costume, you will wet yourself laughing.
A little tempted to ask a few questions, but it sounds like a long, complicated story. One involving lengthy digressions into local history and tradition. So, see you later, Milton, and good luck.
Görüşürüz. Yabani tavşan olacakmış ya. Tamam o zaman. Tamam çıkalım. Ya bu harita daha güzel ya. Şuraya bak. Ne kadar güzel görünüyor. Çok hoşuma gitti. Neyse gidelim.
All is in order.
Bir saniye uzakta mı? Tamamdır. Kırmızı önlem işaretiyle olursa. Ama o önemli değil ya. Zaten nokta işareti var falan. Buradan şöyle kuralım.
Sounds of a fight. Have to hurry.
Oo, savaş var la orada. At. Sen uzaklaş bakayım buradan. Oralarda bir şeyler var. Ne oluyor la burada?
Killer must still be here.
Ha, yanlışını çektim. Pek bunu... Burada bir şey yok. Ha, işaret varmış ya. Ama dur bir saniye.
Throat torn open by man-like jaws. Man-like, except for long fangs.
Ya gene kurt adam falan demeyin ya.
Killed with a single
Olur mu
blow.
olur başınıza. Sonra öldürüyorsun tekrar geliyor falan saçma sapan.
Killed with a single blow.
Tamam bırak. Bu
In the
buradan geldi.
cellar, gotta be. Claw wounds from 5 separate claws, spread of a small human hand. Massacred by a vampire. Not an Ekimara though, or a fletter. Bruksa,
Vampir mi?
gotta be.
Yapmayın.
Tucker had no trouble knocking over the cart.
Ben genelde vampirleri sevmem.
Footprints,
Gerçi vampirleri kim sever
small
ki?
bare feet, lead deeper into the cellar. Fell down the stairs, broke his neck. Hurled against the wall with great force.
Ya biz bu işin üzerine gidiyoruz değil mi? Neden hep biz?
Took a lot of strength to batter this down. Used this to batter down the grate.
Da buradan. Öbür tarafta bir şey mi vardı ya? Orada da kapı vardı. Neyse çok önemli.
You, Saw you at the inn.
Afiyet olsun.
I know what you
Bildiğin
are.
ziyafet çekiyor yani.
Don't know why you killed these people though. Clearly wasn't for their blood.
Evet, bayağı bir.
We don't have to fight.
Ama hiç öyle durmuyor. Savaşacak gibi
You are
duruyor.
wrong.
Evet, abla çok tehlikeli.
I cannot let you leave.
Ya kulağımın içine ettim. Lan?
Blood. Should have knocked back a mile.
Tamam mıdır? Tamamdır.
Killed all these men to get to the body. Stinks.
Ben de öldürmek istemezdim ama sen biraz
Waterlogged.
canavarsın.
Both
Bayağı bir
hands
canavarsın.
amputated. Body was quartered
Milletin
just as
canını
I thought.
okumuştun.
Laid in water for some time. Head swollen, and something took a few bites out of it. Something in the throat. A pouch, bulging with coins. Nilfgaardian florins, from several different provinces. If the murderer did this, means we're dealing with a sentient thinking beast.
Evet.
Body was chopped up after death. Blows struck with great force.
Komple
but bones
parçalamışlar
sliced
yani.
through, not crushed. Creature that killed him had long claws, sharp as a witcher's blade. First sank its claws into the victim's heart. No Bruksa did this.
Boşuna mı öldürdük şimdi biz onu?
Third hand.
Ama o kaşındı.
A spare? Except it's clearly not the victim's. Guardsmen must have not noticed it as they picked everything up. How's this possible? Still warm. Blood still flowing? Several monster species can regenerate. Never heard of that happening to their severed limbs, though. Or of their limbs seeming completely alive after so much time. Examine the tissue more closely later. Might learn something.
Cebine mi koydun lan onu?
So,
Nereye
murderer was
koydun
clearly
acaba?
a
Çok mu?
monster, but not a Bruksa. But then why'd the Bruksa come here for the severed hand? And who does the hand belong to? Why the hell's it still warm? Now, pouch shoved down the victim's throat. What's the significance? And why was he chopped up into pieces? Lots of questions, no answers so far. Need to know about the other victims. I'll ask Palmerin to get me in to see the Duchess.
Neyse. Gidiyor muyuz? Ha bak, geri dönmesem bunu unutacaktım az da. Bunları alalım. Başka ne var? Bir şey yok. Burada gidelim. Tek bunun için geldim. Ne yaptım anlamadım ki. Evet, herhalde öyle oldu. Şurası nereye gidiyor? Bir şey var mı diye merak ettim de yokmuş ya. Gidelim o zaman. Gidelim. En yukarıdan manzaraya bakarız. Ve o kadın öldürmemiş zaten. Niye zorladı ki olayı? Gene at yarışı falan demeyin ya. At kullanmaktan, ata binmekten sıkıldım ha. Gene bir şeyler oluyordu. Ama burayı çok hep söylüyorum, biraz fazla söylüyorum ama dur şöyle bir tepeye çıkayım. Çok iyi değil mi? Nereye geldim ben? Hangisi? Ha, bununla konuşacakmışım, tamam. Yanlış mı gördüm dedim. Okudum dedim, anlamadım ki. Oluyor bazen. Karıştırıyorum. Nereye gideceğim?
Need to speak to the Duchess urgently.
All right, you scamps. Story's done. Go find your parents.
But the Palmerine, what about the story of Riddick and the dragon?
They're tales for another time. But take a good look at the man who stands before you now. This is Geralt of Rivia, the master witcher who lent his valiant hand to the defeat of the giant Goliath.
Master Witcher, is it true virtue always trumps villainy?
Şimdi güçlü olan kazanır. Ama doğru, güçlü olan kazanır genelde ama. Ha, 3. Üçüncü seçenek daha mantıklı.
Not always. Could go either way. Sometimes virtue wins, sometimes villainy gets the upper hand. Still worth being good.
But why? If it doesn't mean you'll win.
Palmerin's story. Think back. A decent man attracts other good folk, makes friends he can count on. A rogue? Well, he can only count on other rogues. And who would you rather have for a friend?
A man of virtue?
I must agree. Now, that will do for questions. Go find your parents. Her Knight and Highness has doubtless arrived at the tourney grounds to watch the battle in the arena. If we hurry, we'll be in time to speak with her before the spectacle begins.
Gidelim o zaman.
Lead the way. Who's fighting? Nilfgaardian gladiators?
Close, but not quite. As you will soon see.
Ben de merak ettim. Ne yapıyorsunuz lan?
Someone's gonna fight a Shayelmarı, and some bells on its tail to confuse it, slow it down.
Whatever is the problem? At least it's a gift from the Emperor, no less.
Şimdi
Shouldn't torment the beast. How would you like to be dumped in an arena, blindfolded with a string of bells dangling from your ass?
You, a witcher?
I slay monsters who are a threat to humans. You're out to humiliate one to entertain a crowd. No knight will gain any glory from this. Let's go.
yok, böyle şey olmaz ya. Bu şekilde sen de canavar oluyorsun.
I dedicate my imminent victory to fair Lady Vivian.
Ha, bu en baştaki eleman değil mi ya?
It's begun. The fight shall have to end first.
Ona benziyor da ben bilmiyorum. Öldürecek kendini ya. Benim de.
Damn it. We have to help him.
Gel bakayım. Abi bu işler ne buna? Demiyorum.
The beast heaved its foul girth. Let loose the roar and knocked him to earth. Then down came the Witcher in one mighty bound. Fight to the beast, its plans confound.
Bak ya.
Out
Lan?
with flame. And thus the Witcher's life was snuffed. All our hopes, alas, had turned to dust. Drink up the ocean and set fire to the wood. For nothing in this struggle can come to any good. The fate of the beast has been weighed by the gods. Soon the Witcher shall triumph against all odds.
Yok abi.
The Witcher waits in the time
Ben bunu niye öldüremeyim ya?
danced and spun, but the monster like a bow who leaves at the love's first spurt. So the Witcher wooed the Shayelmarı, then its foul heart.
What now, you piece of filth?
Dağ trolleri de böyleydi ya.
Strikes belly, Shayelmarı's cries wrinkle loud, blood transforms into jelly. Toussaint! For the Duchess!
Tamam, ön tarafından vurmaya çalışmıyor mu?
Bastard.
Abicim.
Alas, Herman lies prostrate. He has lived his last breath. A French Witcher.
Baron öldü mü lan? Baron öldü valla. Ben de öleceğim bugün işte. Ne uzattım be. Gel hadi bakayım.
The Shayelmarı lies defeated by Geralt of Rivia, master of the witchering trade. Behold, as the last gasps of life seep from the beast.
Master Geralt, do what you must. Finish the deed!
It suffered enough.
The monster lies slain! The fight is done!
Bunların elinde dursa daha kötü olacak.
Be the victors!
Salacak halleri yok ya. Ama çok zorladı ya.
I am not as nimble as in my younger years.
You fought bravely. Thanks for your help.
Çok zorladı.
Guillaume.
The lad came damned close to dying.
I'm fine. Not hurt at all. Vivian?
Smile as befits a hero and keep silent. Speech clearly paints you. She approaches.
Geralt. We must talk. Vivian.
You shall talk later, in the medic's tent.
Geralt, magnificent, breathtaking.
Your Grace.
We knew that to summon you was a brilliant idea. We are delighted, ravished to have struck upon it.
And I'm truly honored.
See to our young hero. Hop, hop. For we must make off with Geralt. We should talk. We had been long awaiting your arrival. Had nearly lost hope. Then suddenly, that entrance, so spectacular.
Your Grace. Şayelmarıs are dangerous creatures.
Bayağı tehlikeliymişler yani.
Armor.
Nonsense. In Toussaint, knights have battled beasts for mere glory since time immemorial. True. Guillaume suffered a few bumps, scars, and bruises, but in return gained eternal glory as he who slew the monster.
What about the crowd? Say the Şayelmarı had vaulted into the stands. Would have been a massacre.
Geralt, though we value your fortuitous intervention in the arena, we would remind you your services have been retained, and as shall soon become clear, you will be generously compensated for completing another task altogether.
Your Grace, my contract. I'd like to discuss it.
Naturally, but not here. We shall need Damien. He led the investigation pending your arrival. But wherever could he be? Come, we must find him.
Nereye gidiyoruz gene ya? Oradan oraya savruluyoruz.
Tell us, have you come alone? Or did Viscount Julian accompany you?
Wish to see Dandelion, Your Grace?
Yes. I mean, no. Yes. But solely to tell him we regret. Yes, deeply regret rescinding the death sentence we so justly handed down upon him. If we could turn back time, we would make certain he sat in a tower till he rotted. No, we would ensure he was broken on the wheel, then drawn, hanged, and quartered. Ah, the very man we would entrust with these tasks. Damien de la Tour, captain of my personal guard.
Your Grace.
Bir şeyden benzemiyor.
Witcher.
Greetings. Sorry to have to tell you, but the guardsman handling the last victim's body...
I know already. The creature in the cellar of Corvo Bianco. Was it the beast?
No. A Bruksa, a kind of vampire. Not the beast, but tied to it in some way.
You know this how?
Through careful analysis of the evidence, both on the riverbank and at Corvo Bianco.
Do you mean to insinuate the investigation thus far has been sloppy?
Geralt insinuates nothing of the sort. We must listen to him attentively.
Ben profesyonelim aga.
I examined the body of the beast's last victim. Might have found something. Need to analyze it.
Bu işleri biz biliyoruz.
A quiet place, that's what I could use most right now. And and maybe the help of an alchemist or a mage. Also like to hear all you know about the previous victims. Take it Sir de la Tour is my man for that.
Firstly, call me Damien, please. Secondly, you should know I spoke against summoning you here. I've heard much about you. You bring trouble, or thus far have, always. And we've enough trouble as it is. Yet we are capable of defeating the beast on our own, without an outsider's help. I've no doubt about it.
Damien, we settled the matter of the Witcher's employ some time past. Definitively. Since you have broached it nonetheless, let us discuss Geralt's pay. Are the legends true? Do Witchers usually demand that which you find at home, yet did not expect?
Evet de geçiyor ama.
Yes, Your Grace. The law of surprise. Time honored.
We shall be candid. The surprises we encounter on a daily basis would be of no value to one such as you. What awaits at the palace are edicts to sign and portraits of suitors from far-off lands. I fear you would find little use for either. Thus, we've decided you shall receive the deed to a vineyard, Corvo Bianco, and the sum of coin. You will doubtless consider this adequate. Title to the vineyard shall be given to you at once. Surely you'll need lodgings while you hunt. The coin, however, will be yours only once you have slain the beast.
Lovely, generous gesture, Your Grace. Corvo Bianco. Isn't it the Duchy's temporary morgue?
Is it now? The Chancellery's bungled things again, we fear. Not to be left unsupervised for one instant. Yet, in its mood, a morgue should present minimal problems to a Witcher. What's more, nothing enhances a wine's reputation better than a grim legend.
Thank you, Your Grace. I accept the contract, of course. But as I said before, I'll need some information. How'd it start? Who was the first victim?
Crespi was the first to die. He was famed once for his many glorious tournament victories. Then he grew old, hung up his sword, and took to winemaking.
Crespi was not loved by the wine merchants. He was ruthless in business and thought to cheat many a time. He asked us for a dispensation from all court ceremonies. We did not grant it. We could not. Once you've taken the oath of a knight, you remain a knight till death.
How'd he die? Where'd they find the body?
Quite unusual, the circumstance. He was at a feast when suddenly one of his fellow feastgoers noticed he was missing. The town watch found him an hour later. On his hands and knees, propped against the town pillory, his sword hanging from his neck. He had died of wounds inflicted with claws, not a weapon. Blows of great force.
So he died suddenly, but the body was on its knees, meaning someone posed it.
So it seems.
Second murder. Tell me what you know.
In the city there are certain nooks. No one reasonable ventures there after dark. Ramon Dulac's corpse was found in one such place. With the first murder, terror gripped the city. Its inhabitants grew wary, kept to safe areas. Consequently, news of the second victim came to us from a group of concerned cut purses.
Criminals fear the beast? Telling in a way. Take it you've excluded the possibility that Ramon died at the hands of these bandits.
Do you believe me an amateur? Not hands, but claws killed Ramon Dulac. The wound was deep, clean.
His body was found in the gutter, dressed in nightshirt and cap, a pillow placed under his head, and his sword replaced by a bed warmer. Ramon Dulac, a knight who but a dozen years past was an advisor to our father, the Duke.
Someone went to a lot of trouble to make him look ridiculous. Maybe revenge was the motive.
It's not out of the question. Dulac had
Yani
shady
bana da öyle
dealings
geldi.
with the
İntikamlı
criminal
geliyor.
underworld, but no one ever came forth with concrete
Doğru
proof of
mudur
any
bilmem ama.
misdoings.
So, first two victims were knights, best years behind them.
The same could be said of the third. Sir Delacroix was wont to claim that in modern times knights face new challenges, enterprise being the latest addition to the chivalric virtues.
He made a veritable fortune in the grain trade. Palmerin even nicknamed him Sir de la Stinchi.
Found a coin pouch on his body. Contained florins dating from various times, hailing from different provinces of the Empire.
Delacroix loved coin, true, but had no patience for numismatics.
Lots of similarities between the victims. All the bodies were found in strange places under extraordinary circumstances. Seems the murderer, whoever or whatever it is, has some meaning to convey.
These were honorable men. We are horrified by the disdain, the disrespect with which they were treated. These were knights of Toussaint. Blast it.
Might be the point. From what you say, none was a model of virtue. Ever considered that's what the beast's trying to draw attention to?
All the murdered men were knights who swore fealty to the 5 chivalric virtues. And even if
Knights of Toussaint swear fealty to what virtues exactly?
honor, wisdom, generosity, valor, and compassion.
Five virtues. Why are they so important to your knights?
Strange question.
Your Grace, forgive me. I'm a foreigner trying to understand another land's customs.
You are forgiven. According to legend, the virtues we cultivate were bestowed upon us by the Lady of the Lake. How we truly came to espouse them, none remember. In Toussaint, we believe men of low birth should be simple-hearted and obedient. We expect much more, however, of our knights. They are to be soldiers and courtiers, lords and servants. Thus, the need for clear moral guidelines. At the time of his dubbing, a knight vows to demonstrate throughout his life honor, wisdom, generosity, valor, and compassion.
Beast seems to be pointing up moral decay, denouncing it. Victims were all humiliated. Might have been murdered to emphasize their lack of specific chivalric virtues.
Honor compromised by the pillory. Wisdom by ridicule. Generosity by a coin pouch shoved down a throat. It seems to fit, true, though not perfectly.
Can't discount the theory if it's on the lips of everyone in town. Say our reasoning's right. Next murder will be just as showy and denounce the victim's lack of the fourth virtue, valor. We can also assume that victim will be an elder knight.
Let's think. At the moment, all the knights are either at the tourney grounds or in the palace gardens. Our annual hare hunt shall begin there shortly. Have you heard of the custom?
Milton mentioned something. Seemed excited to prance around in a bunny costume. Not sure why. Hang on. Strange circumstances. A knight advanced in years. The famed cowardice of rabbits.
Could it be that simple? Is Milton de Peyrac-Peyren the next victim?
Milton also knew Delacroix. Told me so down by the river.
Damien! To miss something so
yanına gitmemiz
obvious.
lazım.
De Peyrac-Peyren, Crespi, Delacroix, and Delac formed a knightly team. It was years ago, but...
They were a team?
They were close friends, tightly knit, and as such earned the trust of our father, the Duke. We often witnessed him turn to them with delicate matters. Later, their paths diverged.
Unlikely to be a coincidence. Beast must know it too. It's a lead, I'm sure.
Gidip onu bulayım ben.
Your Grace, we need to
Yoksa
find
ölecek.
Milton immediately.
Rather problematic. You see, the garden entertainments are due to start, and he's disguised as the hare, hiding somewhere, waiting for some tipsy courtiers to find him. The hare's hiding place is a carefully guarded secret.
We must call off the game, at once.
First and foremost, we must remain calm. Damien, order the garden searched immediately, but discreetly. By no means can we disrupt the festivities. Panic will only incite the beast to strike sooner. And you, Witcher, follow me. My gardens, my night, I shall take the fall. A murder is out of the question. I will not allow it. Not near my palace. Horses? Ready our horses!
Şimdi ben onu takip edeceğim yani.
Your Grace!
Tek başıma gitseydim daha iyiydi ya.
What the hell? Why, I said... Your Highness,
Mind it doesn't get wrinkled.
Hey! That is silk! Be careful! Give it to me!
Niye kızdın da adamı? Tut dedi, tutuyordu.
Faster, Geralt! Right like the wind!
That's it, Roach. Your Grace seems right at home in the saddle.
Nereye gidiyorsun ya? Bekle.
This way! Through town! Try not to lose your way!
Bir saniye bekler misin? Nereye
Sharp
gidiyorsun
right! Take care!
Step aside!
Duchess!
sen? İyi de at kullanıyor ha. Ata biniyor yani.
Look!
Clear a path! Clear the way, I said!
Is this part of the game?
It's
Sonunda
here!
ya.
Just round the corner!
Hurry.
We must go to where the game is being held. The participants must find a unicorn's horn, a golden fish, and a phoenix egg. With these in hand, they can deduce where the hare, Milton, hides.
Mean we need to find those things too?
We've no other option, but time is of the essence, so we shall have to break the rules.
O zaman arkadaşlar bu videoyu da burada bitiriyorum. Bir dahaki görevimiz saray bahçesine girmek olacak. Şu yaratığı bulsak artık da rahatlasak diyorum. O yüzden takipte kalın. Abone olmayı unutmayın. Bir dahaki videoda görüşmek üzere. Söylediğimi bilmiyorum. Neyse. Bay bay.